Welcome back. Let's take a look at using our TI-84 graphing calculator to locate the x-intercepts of a quadratic function. So get your calculator into the graphing mode, use the y equals button under the screen, and let's put our quadratic equation in. Let's use the one that we did in the last video. We should come up with the same answer. So our quadratic function, 2x squared minus 7x minus 15. And let's go ahead and graph that function. So hit the graph button, and we get our graph. I'm going to hit the delete button to eliminate this information at the bottom of the screen. The window, I had the window preset. You probably had a window that was the standard window. So I'm going to go back to Zoom Standard. And we'll graph our function. You probably get something like this on your calculator. And I'll go ahead and reset the window. So we'll take a look at our window. I'll hit the window button. I'm going to keep my x scale the same, because if you look at the x axis I can see pretty well, but the y, boy, I can't see the bottom of that, so I need to go further down on the y axis. So I'm going to make my y minimum, I'll go down to about -25. My y max, I'm going to go a little bit higher. I'm going to go up to 20. And let's go ahead and count by 2's. So I change my scale to 2's. And I'll hit the graph button. And let's see what we get. Excellent. We get a nice looking parabola. I can see the bottom, the vertex. I can kind of eyeball where those x-intercepts are. But I want to find exactly where they are. Now we could use the trace button and just trace along the parabola to find out different points. But I want to find exactly where this x-intercept is, and I want to find exactly where this x-intercept is, and I don't want to trust the trace button. So I will use the blue calc key. So I'll hit second calc. Now the x-intercepts have a couple of different names. The x-intercepts are also known as the roots. They're known as the solutions of a quadratic, the roots of a quadratic. They're also known as the zeros of a quadratic. So make a note of that. 4 different names. I will use them interchangeably throughout the year. I will refer to the x-intercepts as zeros, roots, solutions, and x-intercepts. So we want to find the zeros. Okay, so I'm going to select 2, and it asks me a question. It says left bound. Now you and I, we can just look at our graph and say, oh, the x-intercept is right here. On the left side, it looks like it's somewhere between -1 and -2, and on the right side, it's right around 5. Well, the calculator's not as smart as you are. So it's going to ask you, how far left should I look? So it's asking for the left bound. So we'll just move a little bit closer to the x-intercept. So the left boundary, it's saying it's just going to search no further left than this x value here, than 3.8. So I'm going to hit enter. And look at that. I've got this arrow here indicating it's not going to look any further left than this. It's going to look from here and look to the right. And now it's asking for a right boundary. So I'm going to use my cursor key, and I'm going to cursor past the x-intercept. So now I know I'm past it because I'm above it on the y-axis. And I'll hit enter again. So it is going to search between these 2 arrows. It's going to search right in here. It's asking for a guess. We don't have to give it a guess. and we just hit enter. And sure enough, it takes us right to the 0. X is 5, y is 0. That's one of our x-intercepts. Well, we only found one. We have to find this other one. So let's repeat the process. So I'm going to do second calc. I'm going to find the 0, select 2. And it's asking for a left bound. So I need to go to an x value that's left of my x-intercept. So using my cursor key, I am now left of the x-intercept. I'm further negative than whatever this particular point is. So I'm going to hit enter. It's asking for a right bound, so I'll proceed to the right. I'll be a little dramatic here. I'll go way over here. Enter. So you can see the two arrows. And the calculator is now just going to search in here for the x-intercept. It's asking for a guess. I just hit enter. And sure enough, negative 1.5 and 0. And that corresponds exactly with the x-intercepts that we found when we did this by hand. Let's try another one. We'll go back to y equals. I won't delete that. I'm just going to hit enter and deselect that so the equal sign's not highlighted. And let's go ahead and try a new one. Let's try 2x squared minus x minus 6. And I'll hit graph, and I'll graph that, and that works inside my current window. Let's hit zoom, standard, take a look at that 10 by 10 window. Boy, it fits in there very nicely. So now I know I've got two x-intercepts. One here, again, this one looks like it's right around negative 1.5, and this one looks to be right around 2 somewhere. So let's take a look and see if we can find those. So we'll do second trace or second calc, find the zeros. The left boundary, I need something to the left of the x-intercept. So let's work with this x-intercept on the right-hand side. The left boundary, enter. I will cursor up. I need something past that. Right boundary, enter. So I'm going to hunt in here. The calculator is going to hunt in there. Hit enter. And sure enough, the x-intercept is 2. And let's find the other x-intercept, second calc. Do the 0. With our trace button, it's asking for the left boundary. So I'll move to the left of the x-intercept. That looks good. I need a right boundary. So now I'm to the right of that. So now it's just going to hunt in just this little area right here for that intercept. It's going to hunt between negative 0.85 and whatever this other one was. It's asking for a guess. I'm going to skip it, and sure enough, I get negative 1.5 and 0. So a couple sample problems of finding the x-intercepts or the solutions or the roots of a quadratic equation using your graphing calculator. Have fun with that, and we will see you in class.